Welcome to another edition of Handicap Born Black in America. I'm your host, Ramon Roan. This is being brought to you by Judicial Freedom Riders Incorporated. We're a nonprofit organization and our mission is to reform our justice system. Today's topic is entitled, Are Black Journalists Selling Out? Recently, one of my favorite activists is Dr. Cornel West. He said that he calls black journalists, says that they have lived in the age of the sellout. And I think he's referring to not actually having a critical eye towards the president. I think that if Malcolm X was alive and Martin Luther King was alive, I wonder what would they say, what would they think about the president who says yes to gay marriages, or the president that says yes to abortions, or the president that is not that have not done little to nothing for the African American community. Now, some of you may say, well, yes, he has. Well, have you checked out the unemployment rate? Have you checked out the overall wealth gap with African Americans and whites, how that gap has increased? Have you checked out the fact that most of our earnings have gone down? Oh yeah, there's some of us, but overall, the actual earning potential for African Americans in this country has gone down. And I think Cornel West is saying that, well, why aren't blacks holding him accountable to these things? Why haven't more black journalists spoken out in criticism of him? Look, Martin Luther King, though he done a lot for this country, the civil rights, and the same as with Malcolm X, they had their critics. And just because the president is the first minority president, or quote unquote black president, doesn't mean that we should not be criticizing him when he's doing wrong. Now, when I'm looking at the prison industrial complex, I'm thinking about, man, we have not slowed down the rate of increase of young black men going in our prisons. That has not happened. In fact, there's a recent article, I think I might have done a video on this, that the historically black colleges have been suffering underneath this administration. What about many of the programs that have helped African American kids are getting into charter schools and getting better education? What's going on with the let's go with the civil rights of African American of black workers? So we should be able to criticize. If you're going to be able to criticize a white president, we should be able to criticize a black president. Martin Luther King said that judge a man not by the color of his skin, but the content of his character. Why don't we live by that? I don't think that's hard to do. Judge a man by the content of his character. Because in all, that's who we are. We're not the skin color. We are that character. What kind of person that is? Because if he's peeing on me and telling me that it's raining, well, I know his character. He can be black. Matter of fact, I can't tell the difference between a black piss and a white piss. I can't tell if somebody's doing me wrong. I don't care what color they are. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Every side of it, hey, it's wrong. So I think that we ought to have. It's too late now. You're not going to have critical. I mean, look, he got a little less than 3 years left in the office, or 2 years left in the office. So you don't want to be critical. You want to continue to, I guess, to be his cheerleader. You're welcome to do so. But I'm not. I am a patriot to this country. I'm a black man, and I'm living in America. And as my books, as the name of this program and the name of my first book, published book, Handicap Born Black in America, it means something, and it is still hard for a black man in this United States, even as we have a sitting black president. We need to have the truth. This has been your host, Ramon Roan, and this has been another edition of Handicap Born Black in America. May God bless you, and may God bless America.